I'm thinking about codependency and how if you have a tendency towards being codependent, then you're going to become codependent on something at nearly any given point of life. I think I also read something that says that people who have addictive personalities, aka codependent personalities, it's like it's in your DNA. You're kind of predispositioned to be as codependent and addictive as you really are. I was thinking about how I've been observing myself and others, because in the past few years my most codependent, clingy, horrifying, because it's horrifying for the person who is the clingy one. It's existentially terrifying. I've just been in that, both being on the receiving end of it, like other people being very clingy with me, like making me feel like their life depends on me, and being on the other side of it where I feel like my life and my sanity is depending on someone else. Or on a drug, or I have a client, all throughout the summer she was depending on me to help her get wine, because she was, probably still is, she's probably still drinking in secret, but yeah, I've just been dealing with a lot of these themes of addictive personalities. I was kind of thinking, just because energy is always seeking to balance itself out, if we get into situations, I say we, like, like if you get into a situation where you have convinced yourself that you cannot live without someone or something, you can't breathe without them, you won't be able to survive the night. Ugh. And it really gets like that too. You'll think your soul depends on someone. Like they're the one saving your soul. Like it goes so deep. It just gets so wild. Like, and it may sound stupid to even like articulate it, but that's literally how it gets. If you've convinced yourself that you are that powerless, it's almost like the universe has no choice but to put you in a situation where you'll have to live without them. You'll have to live without whatever your vice was. But even if it's not spiritual, because people can be addicted to spirituality. We'll think our life depends on spirituality. It may just be, say that spirituality wasn't real somehow. I think of something I read from Nietzsche, like the human will to power, like one of our main drives in life is to have power, and that drives everything we do. The will to power, just your will to power will force you to manifest a situation where you lose that person, or you lose that drug, or whatever it was that you thought your life depended on. Because things have to balance itself out. It'll reach a point. I don't know about other people, but I definitely underestimate my own animal, like reptile hindbrain, and how, without even knowing it, if I'm doing something that is not beneficial for my survival, like depending completely on a drug or a person or something, it goes against survival. It goes against the evolutionary principle. Like, I really underestimate how hardwired survival is into my existence. I'll have no choice. I'll just create a situation, or my behavior will shift in a way, my mood will shift, like, and I'll have no choice but to overthrow that thing or that person, because it gets to a point where if my survival depends entirely on them, they're actually a threat to my existence. They're actually putting me in an extremely vulnerable position. That means that I'm prey. That means that I'm powerless. So whether it's the universe or my own reptile drive to survive, or whatever it is, or a philosophy, like the will to power, something will happen to where I'll have to lose what I thought was my lifeline. Sometimes I also wonder too, like, I get clients sometimes, and within a week of meeting me, they'll say shit like, well, I depend on you, like, or they'll tell me that they would be dead without me. I'm like, I know you for 1 week. Sometimes I think if we just want to get rid of someone, then we'll dump our entire life onto them, and we'll act like they're the reason we're surviving. Because who wants to deal with that? Who wants to have that fucking pressure on them? And I've done shit like this to people too. Maybe if we're overwhelmed by someone and we want them to be the ones to abandon us because we don't trust ourselves to be the one with the power to initiate and break contact, because we won't have self-control. We will put the unbearable burden of responsibility for being the one who abandons us onto them. One, by being so fucking clingy and so disgustingly dependent, and it is a burden for the other person. It's like we want them to abandon us because we need to prove to ourselves that we can survive without them, but really we just want to get rid of them because they overwhelm us in some way. I guess it gets so complicated, but it kind of goes hand in hand. Like if we meet someone who really overwhelms us, who threatens our ego, who overwhelms like some desire in us that we're ashamed of, whatever it is, obviously we'll want to get rid of them, so we can go back to feeling powerful, even if we're not shit, or even if we're very like we're not shit. But also they literally make us feel powerless. And I know I have this effect on a lot of people, actually. It's not rare. And vice versa. I think this is why we want to, sometimes when we get mad at like our parents, we want to kill our parents because they overwhelm us and they make us feel powerless. And then we have this drive to not be powerless because that means you won't survive and that you're probably like inferior in this evolution race, and then your bloodline will be wiped out, blah blah blah. I think a lot of it happens subconsciously. Drive, bitch. Dumb bitch. We're driving up a hill and this bitch is going 2 miles an hour. I need momentum. I wonder if this is why we convince ourselves that we hate the people that we're attracted to. Like, when I like a man, I love to be the craziest bitch I could possibly be. My car's doing this again. God damn it. I like to be so fucking crazy that if you read the messages I sent, I could go to prison. Because wouldn't it make the most sense I have to fucking pull over. Wouldn't it make the most sense that you would want to be with the partners who make you feel the most existentially terrified? Maybe that means they have good genetics. Or maybe it's all an illusion. My car's been doing this shit. Anyway. Maybe we convince ourselves that we have a certain type when it comes to partners because we don't like the actual people who make us feel powerless. So we convince ourselves we like people who don't threaten our ego or don't make us feel weak or don't make us feel rushed to hurry up and win them over so we can reproduce. I think a lot of it is subconscious. And then we try to because it'll ruin your fucking life. I think of some of the men that go around me, bitch. Go around me, stupid bitch. Fuck you. I'm pulled over on the side of the fucking road and this bitch gets up right behind me and sits there when she can go around me. I want to slam on my brakes and we both crash our car. But anyway. Dumb bitch. Now she's just following me. I'm gonna drive as slow as I fucking can. Something about that just pissed me off so bad. Okay, now let me out of here. But yeah, I was thinking about some of the people that I met in the past year with my job and how I became kind of curious about how clingy people get. And why. It's always the people who tell me that I intimidate them or they hint to that in some way or I'm overwhelming to them. Those are always the people who get the most attached to me. They cling the most. And so I kind of think it goes hand in hand that you'll simultaneously want to get rid of someone, but also cling to them for your life when they make you feel intimidated. And I think it has roots in reproduction. Now I'm driving down this same fucking road. For some reason that just pissed me off. I just wanted to kill us both. Fuck, I'm going the complete wrong way. Son of a bitch. I can't see shit out here. Why did that make me so goddamn mad? Like, I feel so fucking mad.